Okay, I've come back to these. I literally just let them sit for 10 to 15 minutes in the shade, but it's warm out today. Kind of an indoor-outdoor space here. You can see I'm coming along the side of this, kind of pushing it in. So remember, it was a little bit big as we traced the outside of the box. So if you have a really thick box, you might want to trim more off, right? Or do a really good job at kind of pushing this inward around all sides. Because remember, it has to fit in here. All right, you want it to go all the way in. It's going to take some maneuvering, okay? And look, it's even a little long, so I'm going to have to trim a little bit while it's in the box, which is never a great idea, but sometimes things happen. All right, push that down into those corners. Okay, so I've got that bottom in there. Now, what I need to do is I'm going to need to do some slipping and scoring. All right, so I have a little brush and I have some liquid clay. Remember, liquid clay is made by just putting bone dry clay with water and mixing it up. All right. And then I'm going to do that on this surface as well. And I'm going to score this surface, right? That means some nice score marks here. The same on this side. And then this is inevitably going to be long, but this will be really easy to trim. It's long because, again, I traced it to the outside, so I can just trim that right as I'm about to slide this in. And I want to make sure I'm pushed down firm so that slipping and scoring kind of gets into itself. And then I can kind of push into that seam on the inside of this box. So I'm just kind of running my finger along this seam, but then I'm also pushing down on top here. All right, it's just a quick way to build a box. So I'm going to work my way all the way around until this thing slip and scored all the way around. And then we'll get to adding some things to the inside, okay? Now remember, when you are doing this and we come here, these are going to have to be trimmed even smaller, okay? So you're going to be slipping and scoring here on this edge. And then I'm also going to be slipping and scoring on this edge, right? So I need to get a little bit of slip. Or I'll use this side. I'll cut the other side. A little bit of slip there, a little bit of slip there. And then also score the end of this and the little face of this. Slide this in there. Remember, pushing down from the top so that that bottom gets really kind of pushed into it. And then I can kind of slide my finger sideways to push this into that seam, okay? And so you really just continue and see I'm still pushing down on this, right? Down, so that slipping and scoring. I'm pushing this one into that side so that slipping and scoring gets together, and also down as well, okay? And then I'm running my finger along this seam, but as I'm doing it, I'm also trying to push that sidewall down into that base, okay? All right, so I'll just continue the last two sides.